I want to talk about what you believe wife material is. And I know that's like a loaded question. So we'll get into it and we'll talk about it and talk through it. But yeah, like what are some things, like what do you think wife material is? What should we be doing to become wife material?
So just to piggyback off of what I was just saying in regards to the city girl term, right? I think right now we're seeing where femininity is an on and off switch for some women. Where for me, being a wife requires you to be feminine at all times. It's not an on and off, it's always on.
Yeah.
So if you are not capable of being in your feminine at all times,
Yeah.
I would reconsider your status as a wife. I would say that you might not be wife material yet because men naturally, heterosexual men, don't want to be in a relationship with another man. They're choosing a woman because they want the thing that they don't have.
Yeah.
So if you want to be wife material, you have to be the thing that attracts a man.
Yeah.
And what attracts him is going to be your femininity. What's attracting him is going to be your nurturing, your inspiration, your mothering, your healing. Those are the things that make you a feminine woman. See, we've been, again, the agenda has been get an education that makes you a good woman.
Yes.
Get money that makes you a good woman.
Yes.
Be the boss that makes you a good woman.
Yep.
And that makes you everything other than what a man wants. They're like you said, they're teaching you to be a man,
Yeah.
the husband, and they're teaching you to be the woman.
Yep.
And we end up, again, changing the definitions of words. Women are hating the term submission when submission is a willful act.
Yeah.
But they're making submission slavery and oppression. And those are two different things.
Yeah.
So if you know that submission is willful, then that means you have power and control over it.
Yeah.
That's where your femininity and your feminine power lies, is that you have the power to be submissive.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of women, because we've been taught,
Yeah.
just like we're in the era where they say cis women, cis men.
Yeah.
We're redefining words that have already been defined because we're manipulating certain agendas to accommodate certain people.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, no, a woman is a woman and a man is a man.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. Now, people may have their own terms and whatever, but we're seeing more of that in every aspect of life.
Yeah.
So now we're seeing women redefine femininity or redefine what a woman should be or shouldn't be, when those things have already been designed and defined for us.
I have so much to say about everything you just said that I want to try to sort it out and pace myself, because it's so like it's heavy. Like, it gets really deep because first of all, the submitting thing. Ooh, yes, because your power lying in your submission is like, that was such a powerful thing that you said, because I'm learning now, trying to learn now how to be submissive, and it's actually like difficult because I'm doing so much unlearning, I wasn't raised or taught to be submissive, I was literally raised and taught to be the opposite, so it's like such a difficult thing. And it's funny, I was talking to my girlfriends recently, 2 girlfriends like 40 years old, right? And we're talking about, I'm telling them a story about something. They're like, well, it sounds like this man is very controlling. And I said, well, how do you lead somebody if you can't control them? And they were like, oh, like they could not, like they understood what I was saying. They thought it was so logical, but they could not wrap their heads around the fact that now they're having this epiphany that, oh, to be led, I have to be controlled. Like, and it's like such a hard thing for women to understand, because we just were not being, and this is
Manipulation.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's manipulation.
It's crazy. And it's like, you do need to choose a man who you think can control, like lead you in the right way, to put that, like to be able to control you, I think. And I think that sometimes maybe that's like, people have a hard time finding the balance in everything, I feel like. And I think that is very confusing for them, because they're like, I don't want a controlling man, but I do want a man that leads me. And it's like,
again, the manipulation of words, the redefining. A lot of terms are being used and people are not properly using the terms.
Yeah.
And again, if you say that you want someone to lead you, synonym for that
Yeah.
can be control, right?
Literally. Yep.
And the same goes, and not all control is oppression,
Right.
right? Some control is simply direction.
Right.
The GPS is controlling your direction,
Right.
but it's not abusing you.
Yeah.
Should you go some other way,
Right.
it's going to redirect you
Right.
because that's what it's supposed to do.
Yep.
And that's what men are. Men are the GPS in the family.
Yeah.
They direct where the family is going to go.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that you are not valuable simply because you're not in the pilot seat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think for some women, because ego is really big for us, like women are very egotistical, we tend to allow our heads to get so big, and society has allowed it too,
Yeah.
where we are now comfortable being the captain. We're not comfortable being someone that's sitting behind the captain or a co-captain.
Yeah.
We want to be the captain
Yeah.
with stipulations that not all captain duties I have to have.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you want to be the man, but you don't want to build anything.
Right.
You don't want to fix anything.
Right.
You don't want to actually do the hard labor things that men will do
Yeah.
in order for you to have what men produce.
Right. Correct.
It's very manipulative,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
And it's propaganda, it's agenda that unfortunately for many of us we've bought into. Now the thing about college, right? We see these other groups of women, they go to college, they get their degrees, but they also by senior year, they're looking to be fiancés and wives, right? They go to school to get a husband.
Yeah.
We go to school to not need a husband.
We do.
That's the unfortunate thing about black women, right?
Yeah.
Is that we're going to school and we're going so that we can one day say, I don't need a man.
Yeah.
Where other groups of women are going to school and they're finding their man.
Yup. Getting that
They
ring.
completely understand
Yup.
the assignment.
Yup.
They understand it.
Yeah.
And so for me, like wife material is being in your feminine essence, femininity in soft era. I hate this whole soft era thing. Like, why is these things in eras? Why is
Yeah.
it hot girl in era?
Right.
Why is city girl in era? Why is softness in era? If you are a feminine woman, you should have that all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's literally kind of saying that you're not grounded in who you are, but you're just following a trend.
Yeah.
You know, it's literally, that's what it's saying.
Trending.
That's crazy.
And the trends are to compete with other women. The trends are not for men.